Jacks for one! Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful 2019. As for me, 2020, I'd like to get a little bit more content out for you guys, so here we go. This is going to be a first of probably two review videos on some gear I was using last year. And this one's going to be on the Penn Spinfisher 5, the Bailess version. I'm going to talk a little bit about it and show you guys some clips out from last year. Hey guys, how's it going? Not too windy today, but I wanted to do a quick demonstration for you guys on my thoughts on the Penn Spinfisher 5 Bailess reel. Now, I've had this for about, I'd say 7 to 6 months, and I fished it fairly hard this season up until about October. And you know, it's a fine reel for the price that you're paying. But I wanted to show you a couple things, my thoughts on it, and yeah, maybe we'll catch some fish, probably not, but really just a demonstration to show you guys, you know, a couple of things I see in the reel. All right, so first things first, thing I don't like here is the handle. It's a little heavy. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna catch it in action, but I'm gonna try and sling something pretty heavy here to at least get this going. Oh yeah, classic. Get caught in the sea wash hook. So, you know, the problem is I have the handle spin on me a lot when I'm fishing. So you have it up here, it sometimes will fling down when you make the cast, and that may or may not catch the line in that cast. Now, probably not going to catch it because that's how things goes when you try and video things. It doesn't happen, but I'm gonna make an attempt, try and get it in slow motion for you guys or something. Yeah, it spun a little bit there. Now the reel itself is pretty smooth, but unfortunately it's not, you know, completely sealed like a Van Staal or a Saltex or, you know, the Penn Torque. So you're spending $170 on a reel that's more or less a nice little reel, and I got the Bailess version because I wanted to try, you know, what it's like to fish a Van Staal or any of those manual pickup bails. So that's what I got on this reel right now. You know, it holds a lot of line, fish is just fine. The other issue I have with the reel is maybe I'll go in a quieter setting for it, but you don't hear the drag. And a lot of guys like that because, you know, it doesn't really alarm any guys at night that there's fish around you. So, as you see right here, I dunked the reel in the water and it gets a good splash on that wave. But that's the reason why we don't have a drag on this reel, and this reel's a little worse for the wear, just because of this entire situation. Now right here you see, for some reason I think it's a great idea right here to just, you know, take care of a tangle with my gloves on. So, you know, I'm an idiot, don't know why I thought that was great, but just kept going with it. And so the reel took a good dunking, and we had to clean it up. My roommate Colby helped me out with that, and had some pretty serious corrosion in it. So one thing to be aware of, don't dunk it. So I guess one of the other things I should point out is obviously with this not being a Van Staal, not recommended to go deep into the surf like some guys would like to do. Which I really don't think it's that important to get that extra 5-10 feet out there, but sometimes you can misjudge the, you know, the waves a little, you get splashed or you get knocked. And then you got sand in the reel and you got to take it apart. So, you know, that's another consideration I think I forgot to mention for you guys looking at reels maybe over the winter. And that's that. There, you can see that spin a little bit there. So like I said, I don't really mind that spinning. You could probably honestly replace the handle with something a little less heavy, or it could be something with the balancing of the reel itself. But I have had the manual bail there actually catch mid-cast, and I've lost a bunch of lures. And I don't know if that's because it's spinning or the reel doesn't fit right with the rod. You know, this is the Trophy 2, the same rod I've been using all season.
Alright, so this is just going to be a little demonstration of how the reel works in a pretty extreme setting, I suppose. This is last year's canal trip, the first half of it, and if you've seen this video already, you know, you feel free to skip ahead 2 minutes and 15 seconds, because it's just the same stuff with me talking about the reel.
It looks like it, but I don't think so.
Yeah, so here, you know, ended up catching one 20-25 pound bass, you know, top water, which is nice. But the reel, you know, did a fine job. It's breaking tide, so it's more slack than anything. And you can see there, I'm tightening the drag, trying to figure out the right setting, because you know, this is the biggest fish I've caught on this reel all season, and I really hadn't had a chance to set the drag the way I like it. So it's hard to hear. It's hard to work with it when you can't hear it. So that's, you know, it's like the minor problems you have with it. It's not like it's a serious thing. You know, the reel handle, I ended up, you know, you see a couple of times I'll just have it down where when I'm casting, the reel handle doesn't spin just because I have it in the right position. So that's just like a minor thing I have to worry about. And the drag's not a real big issue, but yeah, it's, you know, it's a decent reel.
Come to Papa. Right up in the rocks. Just your average Cape Cod bass here. And first real test of my new setup, Tsunami Trophy 2 and the Spinfisher Bailess.
So let's dub this down to less extreme conditions. This is some of the albie fishing I did this year, and unfortunately, but I guess fortunately at the same time, this is the first albie I've ever caught from the surf. But unfortunately, this setup is just too heavy for them. You know, the Trophy 2 10-foot medium heavy power is a bit too much for them. You want to use a lighter setup than that. And you know, the reel is obviously fine, but when you guys are albie fishing, you guys know it's, you know, small reel, small rod, and lots of fun. So here I was just using this on a day because there were some heavy winds in my face, and I didn't think I was going to get enough casting distance with my 8-foot Mojo surf. So here I came out with this and was pleasantly surprised to catch my first albie from the surf. And just in case you guys didn't know, this is 30-pound Power Pro Super Slick on the reel itself, and I think I managed to get about 300 yards or more than 300 yards plus the backing. So it's can hold a hell of a lot of line, but for albie fishing, obviously you want to go a little bit smaller. I don't know if they make the Bailess in the 4500 series, but you know, I would suggest to go down to that size or something like that. So here's my final thoughts on this reel. For you guys who are on a budget or don't want to, you know, be breaking your bank trying to get a Van Stall and really don't fish as heavily as some guys do, you know, this is a great reel for you. It's cheap and it really is performs well. But for those of you guys who are a lot more serious into this and are out there almost every day, I had to step this one up and go to the next piece of gear that I'm going to review in the next video. So please stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that nonsense.